Hello guys, today we talk about fittings. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You may need some of them, you may not need them, but some for sure. At least one kind I can tell. Let's start from the simplest one, the humble plug. You just need it to seal holes you don't need. Of course, you don't want water to go all around your case. Second one, of the simplest, is the extender. These come in different lengths. This is a 25mm. This is a 50. They also come in 100mm length, but I didn't need them, so I just left them aside. Angled adapters. These fellas are really simple, really. This one is a bit more complex because it's revolvable from both sides. The sides where you screw it in and where you screw it to the component, and the side that you put fittings on. Both revolvable, very useful, but also it's the most expensive kind of angled adapter. They also come in different angles. This is a 90 degree, but they are also in 45 and even straight revolvable ones when you need to plug one side and turn the other one. The next one is one I really encourage you to buy, but not on the website where you usually buy Watercool stuff, but buy this from a local hardware store like I did, because you don't need the 12 to 20 bucks ones they try to sell you on the internet. They are too much expensive for what they did. Ball valves. You need these when you need to drain your loops, and believe me, these things come in really handy. They are very simple, just a ball sphere. When you need it open, it's open. When you need it closed, you just close it. Very simple. It comes $4 at the hardware store. If you go buy it on the internet, it's 12 bucks or 20 in some cases. It just doesn't work. They don't need to cost that much. I don't know why they make you pay so much for simple stuff like this, but they do. Go from your local hardware store and get the cheap one. These they don't come with the O-ring. I just put it on from a older fitting. You always need that. As you can see, all of them have O-rings on it, at least the part where you screw it in, because if they don't, there's a high chance that water is gonna spill from where you screw it in. And the last kind, and also the most expensive, and the most underrated one when it comes to buying the pieces for your PC, the main fittings, the one that connect via the tubing your components. These guys cost around $5 to even more if they are more for more famous brands. You need this quite a lot of them in your system, so they tend to raise your price very fast. This comes in different shapes too. This is a 90 degrees. There are also 45 and straight ones. Just make sure that you buy the right size of tubing for them, because if you mess it, either your ring won't clamp on them, or the tubing might be too small and it will not fit around, or worse, and you have just wasted the money. And that's it. Fittings, these are the most basic one you need. There are also more elaborated ones, like Y-shaped and cross-shaped. If you need more, let's just say, holes in your system, they are also very pricey, so keep an eye out for that. But the most common one you need are the fittings for component and the ball valve. Well, also the plug ones. Extenders and adapters are, let's just say, more in your system, but in some cases you also need them if you have to get away from a very tiny space. And for maybe a big fitting like this is a 16 outer and 13 inner, so it's very big, one of the biggest. So they may come in handy. These ones, well, they are a commodity because I just said they revolve in both sides. They are just something to make your life easier. But that's it. Nothing much to say on fittings, except maybe this is for soft tubing. If you have a hard tubing, they are a little different. Just the way the ring compress the tubing. There are also barb fittings and push-in fittings, but push-in fittings are for very small tubing. I only saw them for 10 outer diameter and 8 inner diameter. That is the smallest tubing available. While barber fittings come, you have to only worry about the inner diameter, because on the outside you have to clamp them with something. Usually one of those screw clamps, because I mean the outer, where the tube goes, there are these outer rings that these already make the tube seal around the fitting so that it doesn't spill water, but having a compression on it is it's a safety more, because you don't want absolutely water spilling around your system if a tube goes tend to pull itself off. I mean, the operating pressure of this system is never high as maybe a home pressure system, but you don't want water around. So, fittings. Keep an eye out when you buy for them, both the price and size of it. Oh, by the way, one last thing. The 99% of them have a 1/4 inch screw. I mean, a 1/4 inch hole. Maybe you find a 1/2 inch on particular pumps, but they are very, very rare. And well, that's it. Nothing much to say. See you guys in the next video.